Hello there, all you filthy animals, and welcome to the first ever edition of FATI Friday. I am your host, East Beast King, and after having fattened myself up with the Dairy Queen, I am finally ready to go ahead and kick FATI Fridays off for the day. So, a lot of you are probably asking yourselves, what the hell is FATI Friday? Well, FATI Friday is simply divided into two parts for these Fridays. The first will be me going over a FATI Friday topic for the day, and the second part will be where I interact with you, my filthy animal friends, subscribers, and the elite members who will get to be featured here on these episodes, the fatties. Alright then, but before we get into that, we need to go ahead and just cover the FATI Friday topic for the day, and then I will go ahead and just lay out the details of the second half. But for now, let's kick off FATI Friday! Alright then, so what is today's FATI Friday topic? Well, I'm glad you asked. Today's FATI Friday topic is the elephant! More specifically, the differences between these two behemoths. Which is the fattest? Which is the smartest, since they're supposedly so smart? Let's find out! Okay then, our first contender. He eats 650 pounds of food a day, and he drinks 25 gallons of water a day. If that's not a fatty, I don't know what is. How does he get so fat? Well, he likes to eat a bunch of leaves in the grass-filled plains for the most part, although I guess he occasionally retreats to the forest to get his favorites. He and his girlfriend both have very sharp tusks, and they know how to use them. They have a wrinkly long nose, and two little tiny fingers on the end of it to pick all this stuff up. They have really big, fat ears. Everybody, please welcome our first contender, Mama FATI Africanus! Okay then, that's our first contender. But how will his challenger fare? Okay then, our next contender. He has much smaller ears, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know when you're talking smack about him. His trunk and his nose are much smoother, and he's only got one finger at the end of it, but that's all he really needs to flip you off and tell you to shove it up your ass. Instead of going around like his contender and picking up a bunch of leaves in the grass-filled area, he decides to eat grass in the leaf-filled forests of Asia. These guys are kind of backwards for being so smart, but whatever. Fatties will be picky fatties. I digress. This contender has a flat head, but he has a fatter head with two little domes. Please welcome Mama FATI Maximus! Okay then, and it also looks like he's adorable, and he has chicks flocking to him all over the place. Wonderful. Okay, but then seriously, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, you can clearly tell there's quite a few differences between these two behemoths. Seems that despite being called Maximus, the Asian elephant is in fact indeed not the Maximus. That title of the biggest fatty goes over to the African elephant. Not only for their ears, but also for their weight, their height, and pretty much everything else. However, there is one thing that hasn't been decided yet. Which of these two fatties is the smartest? Is it the flat-headed big guy? Or is it the smaller guy with the slightly bigger, weirder looking shaped head? And maybe does he have a bit of extra brain power in there? Does that mean he's smarter? Well, the answer is... maybe? Here's the thing, though. The Asian elephant, as I'm sure you're all aware, is, he does have a bigger head, and that actually does allow for more brain power. But where does it go, you ask? Well, apparently, from what we've been able to gather, it goes into learning power. Based on what we've been able to see from Asian elephants, both in captivity and in the wild, they are much quicker at learning and solving problems than their African counterparts, which is why people have been able to get along with them so well. They learn to get along with their human friends, and they also, I guess, learn faster in just about every single capacity, so I guess they are kind of smarter. It's kind of like humans. The ones over in Asia are kind of smarter, but smaller, and the ones over in the West are kind of bigger, meaner, and not as intelligent. And speaking of comparisons, there is an actual other article I wanted to bring up. Apparently, there were some Asian elephants that got washed out to sea. Oh boy. Because of some monsoons. And as you can clearly see, they had to be rescued. So I'll just read a bit of this article here. Having safely guided these two young elephants to the shore, they were subsequently released to the Foul Point jungle. The Sri Lanka Navy said they were extremely lucky to have been spotted by a patrol craft which called in several other boats to help with the rescue. 2 weeks ago, the Navy mounted a similar operation to retrieve a lone elephant, which was 5 miles off the coast. Now, I had actually heard about this first incident, which is one of the reasons I decided to discover this topic, but to my surprise, it happened with 2 younger elephants, not even a couple of weeks later. And of course, all of these elephants, including these 2 here, were... well, they were thankfully rescued, but here's my overall point that I guess I wanted to talk about today. Just because you think you're big, you're fat, you're powerful, or even if you think you're smart, there's always something bigger, meaner, fatter, smarter than you. This goes not only for elephants, it also goes for humans and pretty much everybody else. You don't respect those who are bigger than you, you're gonna get wrecked. Just ask the dinosaurs. What's that? You can't ask the dinosaurs? Why not? Oh yeah, that's right. They're extinct. There's many people think who they were destroyed by an asteroid. There's many people think that they were wiped out because of the frickin' Ice Age. And then, of course, there's the other people who think that the flood of Noah kind of wiped them out. You can believe any one of those explanations, and the truth is there's probably some sort of mixture in between all of these things. I have my own opinions on that, but that would be an entirely different discussion, entirely different topic. My point is, there's one thing we can all agree on. The dinosaurs are dead. They were much bigger than any frickin' Mama Fati, and they got wiped out. So you better respect Mother Nature and respect those who have more power than you. Otherwise, you're gonna get wrecked. But also, the differences between elephants aren't so much different than the differences between people, including our intelligence. But anyways, let's kick off the second half of FATI Friday, shall we?
Round 2.
Fatty. Alright then, so, the second half of FATI Fridays. What exactly is that? Well, this is the part where I interact with you, my filthy animal friends, subscribers, as well as those who decide to regularly make suggestions, because I'm always looking for the next topic to talk about, so if there's anything you fatties would like to talk about next time, you can go ahead and leave it down in the comments below. Or you could just send them over to Stormy the Owl, tweet her at Stormy the Owl, But basically, the idea is that the second half of FATI Friday is always going to be I go over to my PS4 time machine and I recruit members from the Filthy Animal Friends community over there, and we will basically just sort of chat, hang out, talk about whatever. Maybe we can talk about the stupid topic of the day, or we can just talk about something else, whatever. But basically, it is a chance for me to just shoot the shit with some of my Filthy Animal friends. Believe me, there's plenty of shit to fly around. If you haven't already been to Oros, you know there's plenty of shit that needs to be dealt with there. And there's also plenty of shit that our Filthy Animal friends keep leaving around. But anyways, I'm getting off topic again. So basically, that's what it is. It's basically a chance for me to interact with you, my Filthy Animal friend subscribers, using the PS4 time machine. And yes, I know what some of you are already going to be saying. I don't have a PS4 time machine. I am a part of the PC master race, or I read X books. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, I guess the bottom line is that you can only afford so many types of time machines, really. I mean, if you decided to join the PC Master Race, well, that's fine. You can still leave your comments down below right here on this video. And if you decided to, I'm gonna go ahead and read X books, fine. You can still leave your comments down below. But for those of us who are using the PS4 time machine, that's just kind of the easiest thing to do. And those are the ones who will be joining that Filthy Animal Friends community, the fatties, Filthy Animal Friends, and basically we will be just discussing whatever, and who knows, we might even decide to go ahead and just go on adventures together, who knows. But the general idea is that we're going to be interacting with each other. And here's the thing, for those of you who do not have a PS4 time machine, you can still leave your suggestions for the next FATI Friday topic for next week, or any other FATI Friday week. And you can just go ahead and leave them to Stormy the Owl, tweet her at Stormy the Owl, so you guys can still interact with us. Maybe not as directly because you don't have a PS4 time machine, which is understandable, but you can at the very least go ahead and leave a comment to me here on the channel, or you can tweet Stormy and she will relay the message to me. Alright, but we are not going to go ahead and do that this week. We are going to go ahead and start that next week so that everybody has time to, you know, clear out their schedules and get that out of the way. But I just wanted to go ahead and let you guys know what's up with that. So I will see you all on the next FATI Friday. Take care, everybody.